this curse from Eminem, and I want to take a minute to teach a little lesson about love here with my dog Rufus. Because I've been thinking about it this weekend, and hey, buddy, come here, buddy. I was thinking about this weekend. I was talking to some friends. Let's see, this is adorable. Just saying, this is so much adorableness right here. But I was thinking about it this weekend, and talking to, well, not this weekend yet, but like throughout the week, and a lot of my friends who are in relationships, like, really, they stress out for their partner a lot, and I guess that they forget at the end of the day. I feel like that, when you love people, you want to focus on, like, we tend to focus on not hurting that person, and making sure that they know we love them back. And it gets to a point where it's not "I love you" anymore, it's "I do love you." And so here's the example of "I do love you." This is what "I do love you" looks like. So I'm going to tell a story about Rufus. So we got Rufus from our same friends who kind of are inspiring me a little bit right now to share this message. The thing was, Rufy was a lot much to handle, and he requires lots of attention, and he's just a big old love bug. And so we took him from our friend, and we found out that he is a little older boy. We thought he was a couple years old, but he's actually close, like, to 7. The vet said about 7. And so he's a little old man now, a little bit. He's getting old there. And he had heartworms, so we didn't know that either, because they had adopted him and found him, and they didn't really know about him, so we took him, and he had little heartworms. So we took care of his little heartworms, which was a journey in and of itself, and about 3 months of treating him, and he's better now. He's gaining lots of weight. He is so excited and happy. And like the whole time, Rufus is going through his little struggles. He's going through his little struggles. Like, we were stressing out about Rufus, and if he's okay, and if he knows that we love him, and stuff like that. And he follows us around the house, and he basically follows me everywhere, and anybody who's awake, he's just right there looking at you like, "I love you." He just sits there and stares at you, and then flops on the ground and is like, "Hey, I'm just here, if you want to pet me, I love you." But the thing is, "I love you" is that point where, saying "I love you" is that point where you're stressed out about making sure that person knows. When you're in that part of your relationship where you obsess over the fact that you want to make sure that this person knows "I love you," that they understand that, so you don't feel like it needs to be said. And sometimes it's hard to let go of that part, and the thinking that you constantly have to show someone, or that you have to express outwardly, by saying "I love you." People expect that all the time, but at the same time, my dog Rufus, he can't say "I love you, Curtis." He can't look at me and say that, and he doesn't have to, because I know he does, and I know he does because of how he treats me, and he knows I do because how I treat him. And the things that Rufus expects from me, and from my family, is to be fed and to be petted and to be, have his affection, how he shows his affection, just accepted and honored. So when he's so excited, and I see his little tail wagging, and he's just standing there, comes up to me in the middle of the day, I show him appreciation, and I give him some little pets and stuff, and let him know that I love him. That's "I do love you," because that's the point when you start to recognize a person's concern, and a person's attentiveness to you, or attentiveness towards you, as their love for you. So their concern is their love for you. The argument you might have, or those, things you might feel like you need to say, those things are okay, because they're prefaced, they're actions that say I love you. You know, they are this right here, these little cuddly moments. And they don't feel like it. You know, they feel like arguments or they feel like disagreements, but they're not. They're just someone asking you, you know, what do you need from me to know that I love you? What do I need to do? How do I do love you? You know, we're not concerned about saying it anymore. We're to the point where we're at showing it and living a lifestyle that says I love you. So for anyone who's having relationship problems or like thinking, you know, that you're not there at that point yet, you know, think about what motivates you to approach things the way you do, and you know, how are you dealing with that idea of I do love you? You know, what are you doing, and what is your partner doing for you that shows that they love you? Because they're doing things they don't, you know, that kind of take the weight off of always needing to say I love you. You know, they do love you. So I hope that message is good for you guys, and me and Rufus are gonna go share some love. But love and light to you guys, and like just think about that. I do love you too. Love and light.